Hey, it's Todd Ault. This is Risk On. It is the 218th episode of what could be the greatest show about risk ever. Probably not the greatest show about risk, but we're hoping it is. Jay Money, you're in the house. What's up, buddy?
Well, what did we talk about on Wednesday about the dead cat bounce? The Fed was, people were all happy, 50-point basis point move. And then yesterday, absolute chaos, bloodbath, worst market day in forever. We knew it was coming, and it's not going to get any better.
Yeah, it did make me feel good, Jay Money, to say that we thought it was a bounce in the middle of a bear market because everyone was excited about that rally, thinking it was a little bit of a relief rally, that the Fed said they weren't going to raise 75 basis points, but it didn't matter. The selling continued. And by the way, just real quickly here, that's my brother Brennan back there when he was a young kid. And today is my brother's birthday. I missed my brother Neil's birthday on May 1st because I was traveling. What a dick I am. My brother Neil, my youngest brother, was born May 1st, and my oldest brother, Brennan, born today. Happy birthday. I'll leave that up for a little while till he sees it.
He looks like Harper.
A lot of people,
like Harper looks a lot like him.
They do look a lot alike.
Yeah.
Hey, Skyla, sorry I was such a dick earlier. I apologize. I was
good.
a little testy. It wasn't very nice.
It's okay.
And I could see Christy's face there, our producer. She was mortified that I was yelling at you a little bit. So I got to admit, when you come to England, there's nothing worse than the food.
Yeah.
And as you guys know, I'm a foodie, and but I did eat at a good Indian place last night. But other than that, holy smokes. Jay Money, a week from yesterday, the conference for Risk On starts. It is a Risk On business conference. Alex Rodriguez is the cleanup speaker. And Jay Money, you'll be there, right?
I will be there for sure. And, it'd be cool if we could have like a little wiffle ball game with Alex. That'd be kind of fun. Get him into the box.
That'd be great if you could throw at him pretty hard.
Hey, he was with your boy today. Greg Maffei?
I saw him with Greg Maffei. I saw that.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. I sent you that link.
And I apologize to the people who watched the show, to McLaren, where I was supposed to go to the F1 race in Miami. Just tapped out, man. I'm going to fly back and see my wife and my family. I'm not flying to Miami direct tomorrow. Appreciate from McLaren and all the invites and everything, but I'm just not going to go. I've been on the road for 11 days. And got to prepare for the conference next week. Christy, you'll be there, right? She's shaking her head. Give me the thumbs up. Skyla, you'll be there, correct?
Of course, I'm going to be there.
Hey, Nick, are they making you work at the conference, my man?
Yep.
Oh yeah, good.
We are.
Hey, those of you who are supposed to have tickets, if you're going to be in Vegas, reach out to Joe or Roland and make sure you said, hey, on the show, Todd today said Risk On. Make sure you get your tickets from Joe or Roland if you're going to be in the Las Vegas area and you just need tickets and you watch this show. If you watch the show, it's different. JB Ballin, I know you're coming there. Let's so we can get on a little schedule here. Pretty big day today. May 6th, obviously, episode 218. The Risk On conference is next week, and I'm a little freaked out about it. I got to admit, a lot of people coming. But the speaker list is incredible. Obviously, Yankees legend Alex Rodriguez, Damon John, Josh Altman, Anthony Scaramucci, Nicole Arbor. Everyone loves Nicole. Natalie Brunell. Wow. Bitcoin. Thomas Lee, Bradley, Lee Steinberg, Charles Payne, Chris Wu, Greg Fox, Connor Daly, Aaron Schock, Frank Aldo, the Dr. Frank Aldo, Mike C. Rock, my man Jay Money. Let's roll the clip.
The Risk On Business Conference. We are launching a platform, the Risk On Business Platform. The speaker list continues to grow, and it is a business conference. You're going to learn stuff, you're going to earn stuff, you're going to make stuff, we're going to build stuff, we're going to break stuff. I priced this so that everyone could come and include your hotel room. Here in Vegas at the Paris Hotel, if you get there, you get $100 worth of Bitcoin. You get Closer School with Brad Lee for 1 year.
Call 844-4-RISK-ON or go to riskonevents.com.
All right. Obviously, we're going to talk about the show a little longer. The elephant in the room, of course, is the market. But don't forget to check out my podcast, We had Alex Svetsky on the podcast. I'm going to interview someone crazy next week. I'm so pumped about that interview. Special thanks to Willie, our booking agent, Chrissy, our producer, Skylar, everyone who's taking care of the guy I'm going to interview next week I'm going to have him in studio. I am thrilled about that, and it's going to be a great. I'm pretty pumped about it. Someone I want to interview for a long time. Let's go to a market update with Jason. Jason, where do we start here, buddy? Where do we start?
I mean, well, we came off the session lows and finished. We finished almost green. Does that count, Todd? Yeah.
Go ahead.
I mean, the market. The Dow finished down 98 points. It was off its lows. I think at one time I saw it was down over 300. 32,899. Nasdaq's 12,144 down 23. S&P down 23 as well. 41.23. Non-farm payrolls came out today. The consensus range for the employment situation was 300 to 500,000. It looks like 428,000 was the jobless claims. Unemployment rate stayed the same, 3.6%. I will touch on something that a lot of people, the pundits on the left, won't talk about much. And to be fair, the pundits on the right didn't cover this much when Trump was in office. The workforce, the labor participation rates, they don't really get into that much, but I want to just cover it a little bit. 62.2% of American adults are currently working or looking for a job. That's pretty low number. And then to piggyback on top of that, 11 million jobs right now, Todd, unfilled in America. That's that's quite a big number. I heard a number, I don't know if it's true, 1.9. There are 1.9 jobs for every one eligible employee or American in the country. That's pretty amazing if that's true. So I just wanted to touch on that a little bit. It looks like the workforce participation rate down 7.5% from March to April. So yeah, I mean, a lot of things are going on in the economy right now, and stagflation would occur if employment numbers were to get worse. Obviously, we're in an inflationary period. It's not going to get better. It was about a year ago when they said inflation was, the big word, transitory. Yeah, it's not very transitory. So, Todd, your thoughts on all that?
My thoughts are, if you watch this show, a couple months ago, we told you that when you raise rates, it's a gravitational field to pull down stocks. If you would have asked me, if you were to say to me, Nile would change its name and symbol, invest 160 million plus in a data center and miners, its revenue would have went up as much as it did last year. We would have announced a buyback. We would have raised 200 million at, I think the average price was $3.81 on the first ATM, $3.81.
Yeah.
If you would have told me that this stock would be straight down, I would have told you were crazy. And I know the genie in the elephant in the room is people are freaking out at me on Twitter and they're saying, are you going to reverse and all these other things? And I get that. Unfortunately, I don't know what to tell anybody. People on the online are just wrong with what they're saying. If the market doesn't believe in us, I get it. But the reason why you don't see me freaking out is because I've already said this. I've said I'm very confident in the hotels we bought. I'm confident. I put out a tweet and said I'm confident in the 490 million in assets we have and the return on those assets. So, obviously I'm saying the same thing I've already said when I came out with the 10K, which is we gave guidance of 155 million. I'm not, because I know the show's watched by regulators. I know it. We've already put out public guidance of 155 million. We've already put out full transparency. Jason, I've said it doesn't seem like it pays to be transparent. In fact, it seems like I should answer questions once a quarter, like at the annual meetings. Maybe that freaks people out. So, I get people dogging me and attacking me, but I don't know what to say. We're moving along. The business plan is fine. I'm happy as I can be. So, not happy with the price.
Yeah.
Not happy with the price.
I saw your poll numbers on Twitter. whether or not you should
Yeah.
continue. I mean, it was overwhelmingly like 70-30 that they would like to hear from you regularly.
It was 71. It was 71-29.
Yeah.
And 1,144 on the sample size.
Good sample.
So,
yeah.
yeah, I got to think that people want me to still continue, but it doesn't seem like it's helping to be, the SEC requirements are to file an 8K, and you're not required to have an annual meeting. You're not required to have a quarterly conference call. You're not required to be on YouTube 3 days a week. And
Right.
You're not required to be on Twitter. And that's probably one of the issues there, right? I don't know. But why am I bringing this up? Because I don't really want to. I'm bringing it up because I want people that watch the show and tweet to me to know that I'm aware of where the price is. I'm aware of people attacking and saying something about the ATM. I'm aware of what they're saying.
Mm-hmm.
But we're in a quiet period, and I go back to what we've already said. What I'm saying doesn't violate the quiet period rules. What am I saying? We already gave guidance of 155 million. We already put a 3-year buyback plan in place. We've already bought shares through Alt Alpha. We're in a quiet period, which I said today we'll file on or before May 23rd, which is the extension date. And so there's nothing else I can say. It is what it is. I'm aware of it. I've been through bear markets where, listen, after Jack in the Box killed people with E. coli burgers, I was able to buy that stock for $2.75 when it was Food Maker. I was able to buy an insurance company that had a book value of $8, and I was buying it in the low 3s.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that things get out of whack, and they do. And this is crazy. And, it is what it is.
Nick, go to my screen real quick. I want to put this in context just slightly here while we're talking about this. So the gold standard in the crypto sectors, most people would agree the gold standard right now is Mara and Riot. I mean, those are the big dogs. So I look at the 1-month chart here at April 6th. Riot blockchain was $17.66 on April 6th. Currently now it's $9.49 on May 6th. So that was a pretty big drawdown. Let's look at Marathon. Marathon, April 6th, $24.19. May 6th, $14.95. Pretty big drawdown. Those are the two, marquee names. Nile, April 6th, apples to apples, 0.66 cents, April 6th. May 6th, 0.32 cents. I mean, Todd, it's pretty in line with, if you're looking at the gold standard, Mara and Riot, I mean, those guys are monsters. If you'd like me to pull one more up, just at the top of my head, let's look at this ticker symbol Core Scientific. They just came out with some nice numbers. They have a massive, over 12 exahash self-mining and then mining for retail. Core Scientific, April 6th, $8.32. Huge numbers. You can check and look at your own due diligence. Today, $5.17. I mean, they just came out with splendid numbers where they were self-mining. They produced, if you go to the screen one more time, Nick, came out one day ago, Core Scientific mined, you guys ready for this? They mined 1,121 Bitcoin, not in the year, in the month of April, 1,121 Bitcoin. How do they get rewarded? They get smashed in the face as well. So, guys, it's not just Nile. I mean, it's the whole sector. It's the whole market. It's
more than that. We announced that we have a position in Verb. We filed the 13G. People don't know what we did with it. They don't know what we own of Verb. We just had to report what we bought. We got warrants with it that have 5 years of value. We've had 13D filings in which we've made a ton of money. And yet we're being attacked, and these people don't even pay attention to the fact that we have a lender with its own balance sheet, a lender with money. Read the filings, man. And I really have probably given up.
Well,
on the insanity, Jason.
Yeah.
That is said on Twitter. The people clearly don't read our filings. The ones that are making comments. I mean, there's some that do. There's a few on there. But they're making it personal, like there's not a board of 7 people. They're making it very personal on me. They're just dicks, is what they are.
They are getting in the gutter a little bit. And, mind you that Hive blockchain, I like Hive personally. That's just my thoughts. They had a nice ATM. They raised a lot of capital. Riot blockchain and Mara, Riot just had they have a $500 million ATM. I mean, these guys, how do you think these guys have grown into massive players in the Bitcoin space? I mean, we're just a few, you know what I mean? We're just a few years behind these guys. Our business model. Go ahead.
But they're valuing, if you want to say they're going to value us only as a Bitcoin miner, then you're going to value the business for zero. You're going to value Gresham for zero. You're going to value the lender for zero.
I was not even getting. I was going to hope you would go into that because that's a one
value. And I get it. And then people are, no matter how many times you tell them we're not on the NASDAQ, we're on the New York American, we're not subject to the dollar rule, they think we're going to be delisted. I had someone call me up today on the phone, say, can you do a reverse? I'm like, dude, why? We're happy with our business. And I understand it's out of price and out of whack.
Well,
market maybe knows something I don't, but I'm not recommending you buy it. In fact, if you're faint of heart, don't buy any Nile. Go buy something else, man. Oh, we're here to talk about risk. We're here to talk about what we're doing. If you need to get on Twitter and attack me personally, go buy something else. And frankly, I don't even know if those people actually own it, because they're like today's the comment. The comments about the verb position were the thing that was the most astonishing. That they don't know that we're in the business of financing public companies. That's what Digital Power does.
Well, Todd,
how do we think? Wait, hold on, Jason. How do they think we got shares of Mullen?
Yeah,
I mean, hello.
It's
a little frustrating to me that you try to be transparent and people really don't care if you're transparent. I guess I don't know.
Well, you know how I know they're clueless is when they refer to you as the CEO. I'm like, well, once they say that, I'm like, well, these guys aren't even shareholders, or they're just like throwing darts. Like they don't even know you're not the CEO. That's like mind-boggling.
Right. To me. I'm an asset allocator. I'm the executive chairman. I think we have. I can't remember now. I think globally 300 plus employees. But the most outrageous comment I saw was people saying that we bought a bankrupt entity. They're clearly not even reading that it went into bankruptcy so we could buy it.
Yeah.
It was a pre-packaged bankruptcy where we were able to put up $7 million and buy an asset and bid for it as the stalking horse. And if someone buys it for more than we paid, we get a breakup fee of a couple $1 million, and we've been making money on that loan. They're just not aware of what private equity is. If they're not paying attention to how we make money, they're not paying attention to how we invest the money. And I feel like I'm bitching here, but to see people bashing that transaction that Chris brought for EYP, and they're like, they couldn't pay their debt. Yeah, they did a private buyout. They borrowed a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
COVID hit them hard. They weren't able to pay on that debt to do a private buyout of their internal shareholders. And so our job is to take advantage of market opportunities. And the funny part about it is that that's what I did when I bought Digital Power. So I'm a little bummed. I'm a little bummed because I wish the shareholders really would pay attention. And I realize the vitriol on like the price being down is somehow like I'm out there selling all my shares or wanting it to go down. That just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, you've never sold a share. Everybody knows you're a big guy. They love to call you all kinds of names. It's just juvenile. Hey, Nick, one more thing, and then I'm going to change the subject here. We're going to get back on track. Nick, on my screen real quick, this is a 5-year chart of Marathon, Mara, ticker symbol MARA. Obviously, people would probably agree that our business model is just a few years behind Riot and Mara. We have orders in for 20,600 machines, taking delivery, 2.24 exahash. But just to give you a little bit of information here on Mara patent here, 4/17/2020, it was about 2 years ago. Marathon, ticker MARA, was 0.4251 cents. 0.4251 cents. They were working on their business model back then, trying to scale and deploy their mining farm. So I just wanted to show that things... businesses oftentimes aren't rewarded in the stock market for, the operation and the execution. But in due time, Todd, it does usually come to even out. And based on that information from Mara, now if you look at them, obviously they've deployed, I think well over 4 exahash. So, there's a business plan in place. We're working hard on it. I don't get much sleep because I'm working hard on it. Todd's traveling all over the world. He's got other, we have tons of sectors. That's just like one sector. That's just our Bitcoin mining operation. We have, obviously tons of subsidiaries. So there you have it.
Yeah, I don't want to sound like a whiny bitch, which is what I sound like, a little bit of a whiny bitch. I get that. But I'm over here seeing one of our businesses here in England, MTIX. I see people commenting on Indy. They don't know what partnerships we're developing there. What's the moral of my story, Jason, is that I don't think I'm starting to think it's not smart of me to have any conversation about Bitcoin anymore. And the show goes back to just being about risk and things we're doing when we were gambling, and the things we're doing in terms of baseball and what risk we're taking with trading stocks. I traded in the hole. I traded Netflix and sold it out at $204. I was very pleased with that. I just don't know that it's benefiting the shareholders of Nile for me to say anything about Nile. And then of course, now we're only a Bitcoin company, which is not true, but that's okay.
I'd love to be talking baseball, Todd, but I haven't even watched a single inning yet.
Jason, let's talk about the market a little bit, though, in terms of, one of the things that I did want to point out that we are long is Alzamend, and I am the founder, but I'm not on the board of it. I am the largest shareholder, probably by size, physical size, and actual number of shares. That's supposed to be funny, by the way.
Yeah.
So Alzamend is in patience in phase 2. I can't be more proud of the company. That Alzamend is dosing patients in phase 2. I couldn't be more happy. I don't know what to say about it.
It's great. Stefan and his team done a wonderful job.
And they're in Alzheimer's patients. That is in an Alzheimer's patient right now. And I couldn't be more pleased about it. Hold on one second.
T. Tatum, good comment. It's money, guys. It's all emotional. Yeah, you know what? That's true, T. Tatum. Coming from a professional poker background where I look at money as just a means to leverage to make more money, you have to desensitize yourself sometimes. If you're risk averse, maybe you need to reevaluate where you're allocating your capital. I mean, obviously Todd's whole mantra of risk on is how he got to be successful. He understands, his philosophy, and then he takes his philosophy and deploys it accordingly to get positive expectations. Everything isn't, you just can't get instant gratification overnight. I mean, you just can't. I mean, long gone are the days of the GME super hyper MOAS squeeze, AMC. Those days are gone.
Yeah, by the way, where are all those haters that were upset with me for shorting Peloton at $100? By the way, 15 today. Where are all those haters that were upset with me shorting Netflix at 500 and 600?
Yeah.
Where are all those haters that were mad at me for shorting AMC and attacked me personally? How's that going?
Yeah,
How's
I know.
AMC going?
It's you know what?
Where are those people
It's
at?
fiat currency, Todd. People get emotional. They don't want to lose money. I remind people that, to my knowledge, Todd has never sold a single share of Nile. I mean, Todd, maybe you can correct me on that.
What's astonishing to me is when you tell people you're going to raise money and you put out filings that say you're going to do it. And every filing, it says we're going to continue to raise money to build our business plan. And then people are mad that you raise money.
Mm-hmm.
It's just astonishing to me how it's always someone else's fault. I take responsibility that the price is down. I'm not happy with it either. But I was being yelled at by someone today, and I actually took their call. And I asked the guy, well, how many shares do you have? 100,000 shares.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you buy it? He said, I just bought it a couple of weeks ago. It was 51 cents. So you're a long-term shareholder calling me when it was down to 35. You bought it at 51, and somehow now I'm a terrorist and a terrible person. I asked him, did I call you and tell you to buy it? Did I tell you to buy it? Did I tell you to sell it? In fact, I told you that when you're doing what we're doing, we're taking risk. We're risky stock. Read our filings. Listen to what it says, right? And yet no one does that. They plan more. They plan more about their vacation than they do what they're investing in. And and the ironic part about it is we buy things. So on the lending side, we lend money and invest for an arbitrage. We're structured finance people, right? But when we buy a company that we want to hold for 5 to 10 years. There's no way that all these shareholders that are bitching at me have been buying it with some idea that they're going to be part of my 10-year business plan. Really? But at the same time, I've got to admit one thing that I agree with them on. Holy smoke, is it down? Holy smokes, is the market down? Holy smokes, is some of these stocks getting murdered and annihilated? Well, I mean, I'm astonished at some of them, right? I mean, they're just, some of these biotechs have been smashed to high heaven. Some of the larger caps have been smashed down. I mean, Jason, are you looking at any stocks? Look at the triple Qs, dude. The triple Qs, I'm looking at them right now. The NASDAQ 100, they were $408. Today they went to $305. By the way, for full disclosure, we did buy some Riot blockchain today at $950, and we did buy some triple Qs at $307 and $310.
Right.
So I want to give people full disclosure that we are long the triple Qs.
I'll show you, Todd. I looked at ARK Investments. Kathy Wood. 6 months ago, on November 1st, 2021, ARK it's on my screen, $125 6 months ago, and now it's $45. See it?
Right.
Okay.
So you got a big index like the NASDAQ 100 at 309, 4 points off of its high. And Jason, am I wrong in saying, is that a 25% pullback in the NASDAQ 100?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's right.
It was 408. Now it's 309.
Yeah,
what is that?
Yeah, it's 25% drawdown. And it's liquidity issues too, Todd. Disposable income, inflationary period, cost of living through the roof.
Sure.
Wage discrepancies, annual raises and reviews not even close to keeping up with inflation. Real inflation, in my opinion, 15 to 20%. The CPI number doesn't take into account for a lot of those measures in the housing market. But yeah, it's only going to get worse. Oil is what, 110 a barrel. You're looking at food costs soaring if you can find it, supply chain issues everywhere. All these weird things happening with food, like processing plants. It's really weird. Call me a conspiracy theorist. There's been like 17 attacks.
It's strange.
It's really
strange,
weird,
isn't it?
I don't know. It seems like it's something out of the ordinary there. But yeah, you're having problems here in the housing market. Interest rates increasing, less likely for people to move around. So yeah, we're going to see a lot of corrections in the housing market, in my opinion. Supply is still tight, but less people are going to be doing transactions in the housing market. Rents.
So this is some things that astonish me, Jason. NASDAQ for first five week losing streak since 2012.
Yeah. That's big. Bear markets can last a while, Todd. I mean, this administration has a lot of time left to serve. The midterm elections could prove to be a huge inflection point. We'll see what happens. I mean, not to get political, but you're going to probably see a big paradigm shift in the House and the Senate. Just my thoughts. You got Elon taking a stand, claiming to be a moderate, more of like a slight center-right person. We'll see what happens here as far as the information war that's going on. A lot of people waking up. When gas prices soar like this, generally regime changes happen, and the first regime change would occur during the midterms. People don't like paying a lot of, overpriced gasoline and food prices. It's just the everyday Americans. When that stuff happens, there's usually a change. So look for the midterms to be a huge sweep going red, in my opinion.
Yeah, and you look at David Tepper. David Tepper is basically saying the Fed's got it wrong.
Yeah.
Leon Cooperman says stocks head lower.
I think the dollar stays strong and stocks go lower. I think that's what we're looking at. It's my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Can't save them both, Tom.
The market. Well, you can't. Yeah, exactly right. And so the market, the Fed. I think what people are worried about is the Fed's got it wrong, and they're going to create kind of a hard landing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Hey, listen, I got to apologize. I shouldn't have ranted like that. But I'm in a quiet period, and I can only comment on what's already went out. So I'd just refer everyone one final time. Read the 10K that we filed. Look at all the press releases we've issued on paying off the debt. Look at our forecast of 155 million. Do your own math. I don't know what the concerns about the ATM are. They're just like rampant. It's like every comment I ever get. I remind everyone that this is already public disclosure, that the first 200 million we raised was at $3.81, I believe. And I'll double check that number, but I believe it was 381.
That's correct.
381 for the first 200 million. So obviously we're going to have a blended rate here, wherever that is. Clearly, obviously, with the price down here, different story. Obviously, the market's not cooperating in that regard. It's a challenge if you're an investor and you put too much money in one name, take too much risk, and can't handle the drawdown, or you fear you're going to lose your money. I understand that. And sometimes the market's not the place for everybody. I can't comment on what you're doing, but I can tell you that we understand what happened in 17, I think 2018 or so, with what happened with the market back then. We're a different company. We ended the year with 490 million in assets. We are going to report on or before the 23rd, and I'll just leave it at that. Anyways, but I do appreciate if you're a shareholder. Obviously, I'm happy to have professional conversations with you. I don't know what my weight has to do with my leadership, but it is what it is. And as my producer says, she wants me to move on to green extras. I probably spent too much time on that, but
Todd, it's all right,
Jason,
man.
what else?
It's an emotional time, man. It's an emotional time. You're out here in the forefront.
I feel bad. I feel bad for people when I'm telling them, good news, and the market's going the opposite direction. I do feel bad. I hate seeing people get whipsawed. I would encourage everyone to have a longer term approach. But when I get calls from people and said I bought it last week, okay, well, you did that. And I will move on. So oil prices, Jason.
Yeah.
Am I seeing this right? $110 a barrel?
Yeah, WTI light sweet crude was 110.47 the last time I looked. You're going to see a move up in gas prices at that number for sure. Obviously, oil is a key component of all things in the economy, all things globally. For those to tell you that it's not is just a big lie. So, we'll see what happens here. It should be in locally in Las Vegas, prices should move back up to $5.40 to $5.50 a gallon. Just my opinion. One
thing I have seen is a little bit of a steepening of the yield curve. You got the U.S. Treasury at 201 for the 1 year.
Yeah.
You got the 6 month at 137. So there's a little bit of a spread. 137 to 2% for 1 year. Then you go to the 2 year and you get 2.75. The 3 year 2.96, the 5 year 3.08, the 7 year 3.15, and the 10 year 3.14.
Yeah.
So the sweet spot appears to be the 1 year at 2% versus the 7 year at 3.15. The 30 years at 3.23.
Yeah, the 10 years
government borrowing cost.
Yeah, the 10 years for sure. The 30 year, there's no value there. Yeah, I mean the 10 years, the solid number in my opinion.
The government borrowing costs. Wow.
Oh yeah, the national debt, just the interest. Yeah, I'm gonna look at that over the weekend. I'm gonna compare. I'll do some research on the what the 50 bips move does, just on the interest of the U.S. national debt, which is over $30 trillion. Let's take a look and see how that affects the just the monthly interest on the debt.
Remember Palantir, the thing we were trading a lot of?
Yes.
Palantir down to 948. AMD holding in there at $95, right?
Right.
So AMD reporting a pretty good quarter, and doing pretty well. Apple is okay, but Boeing down to 148. That, thank God we sold that in the 200 range, like the lower 200s. That's gotten crushed. I mean, Disney, I think it was 165 is back down to 110. A lot of these other names, they're still holding up pretty. Coca-Cola solid as a rock. McDonald's solid as a rock. Walmart. I mean, I don't know. I mean, some of the bigger names have gotten hit, but on the NASDAQ side,
yeah.
What do you say?
Costco's COST is held in there pretty well. Costco, that's been very strong. It's around 500 now. Still a drawdown of 20% in in not even a month.
Yeah, some of the bigger names have been hit pretty hard. I mean, but the reality is, if you go back to being a shareholder of Nile, the small cap, micro cap stocks have gotten crushed. Some of them down 80%. Right? Where's CleanSpark at right now?
If I had to guess, probably in the 6s. Here, I'm going to look right now. CLSK. Let's say Zach Bradford runs a good ship over there. Just my humble opinion. CleanSpark, $6.54. Yep, Sparky's six. Wow.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the 1-year chart. Let's take a bigger picture here. Yeah, I mean,
you look at.
Wow.
Go ahead.
Look at this, $22, Todd. 6 months ago, Sparky was 22.
If you looked at Peloton, and you looked at some of the what they call the the COVID stocks, the stay-at-home stocks, Peloton 15 and some change today. I believe that stock was in the 170s at one point. And that's literally proof that stocks can be overvalued or undervalued. Holy smokes, Peloton. And Peloton's saying it's going to need some money.
Oh, their burn rate's big. Yeah, I can see that.
400, let me give you a quote, $406. And the stock is $96 today. So that is a 75% move down?
3/4, yeah, that's right.
Right. Do you know the name of that company?
What is it?
Zoom.
Wow, is it really Zoom?
$406 to $96 today. All 52-week low is 94.
Let's take a look. Wow, look at this. Zoom is $48 after hours. Yeah. Jeez.
It's where?
Zoom.
No, it's single ZM. You're looking at the wrong symbol.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Zoom video. Got it. Yeah, $96. Yeah, over 500. Let's see. 559. That was 2020. 388, July 4th, 21.
Humor me to look at one more thing.
Go ahead.
Where is Teladoc?
Let's take a look. Do you know the symbol? I'll just type it in.
Teladoc. I don't know the symbol anymore.
Teladoc. TDOC. Let's look at the 1 year. Teladoc, actually, 6 months ago, Todd, Teladoc was 154. That was November 3rd, 21. That's 6 months ago. 154 now, drum roll, $33.45.
Yeah, and it's just 29 earlier this week. So I got to say, I don't think the market's discriminating on any of these high growth stocks.
Yeah.
They're taking them out to the woodshed, right?
Kathy had a big position in Teladoc, if I recall.
She did, and she got smoked in it. She got crushed in it pretty hard.
Yeah. Wow.
So the other day, wasn't gold flying a little bit?
Silver and gold have been tamped down too with the rate hikes. Yeah, definitely.
First Majestic Silver.
It's in the 9s.
It's under $10.
Yeah,
it's $9.51.
And all they do is they just keep breaking records for silver bullion production and gold production, and they just keep getting hammered. Energy costs have soared, so those costs have definitely hurt their margins. But yeah, 950. Wow.
Yeah, crushed pretty hard.
Wow. Okay.
It should be an interesting Monday. I look forward to doing a couple things, Jason. I'm flying back tomorrow morning to Atlanta and then on to Las Vegas. I'll be there Monday to be on the show. We will have a pretty lengthy show on Monday as we're going to give out some tickets and do some other things. We're going to cover a lot of topics on Monday. Monday should be a very busy news day. And a lot of things going on. And Christy, are you going to be excited for me to come back, or would you rather me stay in England? She's thumbs up for sure. I do want to go on and move on to calling it a day. We obviously have a lot going on for us with the audit for Turn on Green and the spinoff of that and what's going on with Gresham. So we've got a lot to cover. Obviously, we're going to report our earnings on or before the 23rd. We tweeted that out today. And then next week is the show, right? Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If you're going to be in town, you want to see Alex Rodriguez, you want to see Greg Foss, you want to talk about Bitcoin, you want to meet Nicole Arbor, you want to talk business. I've been doing this for 33 years. This isn't my first rodeo. It's not my last rodeo. And we're pretty committed to what we're doing now. You can learn a lot about how we raised money when we were private companies, what we did to get the license for Alzheimer's with the University of South Florida, some of the takeover stuff we've done. If you've got a business and you want to raise capital for that, we can talk to you. We can put you in touch with the right people. You should come to the conference. Sign up for it virtually if you can. Jason, I'm going to let you have the last word before we go to Skyla.
All right, one last thing, Nick. The U.S. debt clock. Currently, each taxpayer owes $242,501. Two things: median new home price now $402,904. The median home price in America today $402,904. The median home price in the year 2000 was $163,000. I just wanted to point that out to you. That's all I got.
We're going to have Randy on really quickly, and then we're going to have Skylar come tell the last joke, and we're going to head out. And once again, I apologize to Skylar for being a jerk earlier. Once in a while, I do some stupid shit. That was one of them. A little grouchy here, being over in England. There's only bangers and mash over here, and the eggs are a little weird.
Brutal.
Yeah, brutal is right.
Randy, is that the Dan Marino throwback there? What do you got there?
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Welcome back, Randy.
I'm sure you're wondering why I'm wearing it.
Oh, please do tell.
No, we're not.
Two reasons. Well, there's two reasons. Our office manager implemented Jersey Fridays. It's optional if you want to wear jerseys on Friday. So I did. And then also it's the Miami Crypto.com Grand Prix in Formula One this weekend. So I thought it was a good occasion to celebrate the greatest quarterback ever. So yeah, anyways, Todd, did you see the kickoff party for the Grand Prix the other night on Wednesday?
I did not. I was busy working over here, buddy. What happened?
Well, I figured you did. Well, they had a kickoff party, and they introduced all the drivers on the there's a big, huge podium area with the stage in front of the stadium at Hard Rock Stadium, and it's really cool. The drivers were saying it's the biggest podium that at any track they go to in Formula One. It's huge, the stage, and then underneath the stage, so when the winner wins on Sunday and they spray the champagne, right underneath is where the Dan Marino statue is in front of the stadium. It's a pretty cool setup, so... So just to let you know, they had the first practice today. They're underway there. I didn't get to see. I just saw the times, but Leclerc was quickest, followed by George Russell and Mercedes, Verstappen and Perez in the Red Bulls. They're all doing about a 1:31 lap, 1 minute, 31 seconds. I couldn't tell. It looks like they're separated by a few tenths each right there. But that was the first practice. They'll start dialing the cars in and get some more speed, and we'll see some different times. Probably the times will be lowered further. A lot of them went out on the red tire at the very end of the session, trying to get as quick as time as they could. But yeah, I'm very excited. It looks like a fabulous weekend there.
Yeah, it's just, unfortunately I'm going to miss it, but can't travel as much as I'm doing and go to I got to get back home. But I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bummed that I'm not going to be there.
Yeah. So what happened?
It's going to be
you got an invitation from Zach Brown or what?
I didn't say that, but we're not going to talk about who gave me the invitation. But anyways,
Okay.
Randy, I appreciate it, man. I'll see you next week. Obviously, Risk On Week, we'll have Connor Daly there, Anthony Scaramucci. A-Rod's going to be there. What do you think of that, Randy?
Yeah, cool. It'll be all right. I'm looking forward to meeting Josh Altman. I used to watch the $1 Million Listing Show, and I love Josh Altman, so I can't wait to talk to him.
Yeah, if you love real estate, the guy Josh Altman's going to be there. It's going to be big. Randy,
Yeah.
We'll see you next week. Let's bring Skylar back.
Awesome.
All right.
No, I'm sorry about that. Sorry, everybody. I'm just typing a couple emails. Skylar's back. Oh, Skylar has a friend.
What, Skylar? What's that?
Lexi's here.
Lexi.
Lexi, you telling us the joke today?
I thought it was a baby.
She is a baby.
No, she's an old geezer.
No.
She's an old geezer like me. She's older than me. Anyways, you got a good joke?
I do. Why are penguins so scared of entering Great Britain?
Why?
Oh, no.
Because they don't like to go near whales.
Oh,
Oh, God.
that was good.
That's funny. That's a good dad joke for
Yeah.
sure.
Thank you.
Hey, everybody, it's a risk-off environment, but that doesn't mean that it should be. It means that you should be buying companies, in my humble opinion, that you want to own the business and that you're prepared for the stock to not trade for 5 years. Warren Buffett talks about this. Look at what you value the business at first before you buy the stock. It's pretty simple, right? Buy businesses that you want to own for the next 5 years or longer, and assume that you're not going to get a quote. If you got a quote every day on your house, would you be trading it every day? And maybe you would. I always found that when I overtrade, I don't make money. Go buy something you want to own for the next 5 to 10 years. That's what I'd be doing. I'm not recommending now. This show is for entertainment purposes. I'm giving you my commentary. I'm not recommending you buy anything I buy. In fact, if you just make it a rule not to buy anything I buy, then you won't have to complain. I'm just kidding around, Jason. Was that funny or what? Jason, I said that was final words from you before, but I do want to catch up with you. What's going on for you on the weekend?
This weekend, I will probably be doing some shopping. Need to get some new clothes for the Risk On event, and I can't be rolling up in there looking like a hobo. You know what I mean? So
You can't.
Hey, guys, check out the Risk On event. Go to riskonevents.com. I'm Todd Ault. This is Jason Bartholomew. Special thanks to Christy, our producer, Nick and Brett, Skyla for me being a jerk earlier. I wasn't very nice to my niece. Randy for coming in. Special thanks and hospitality to Previn Mystery, all the people at MTIX for having me this week. Will Horn, the CEO, is here with me. We're over here with the pasta maker, as people call it online. Check out mtxinternational.com. You can look at one of the many companies we have an investment in. They make a gas plasma laser technology. A lot of fun over here. Special thanks to Julie and the staff, Kiki and everybody over here at MTIX for being so kind to us and hospitality while we checked out the business, the Johnsons, everybody, WT Johnson, all the people over here who support the company. Risk On, everybody. We'll see you at the conference next week. Monday will be a blowout show, which will probably be an hour and a half. Wednesday will be a big show. And then we will be live Thursday night at the first party for the conference. And then Friday day, the show starts. We will not be having a show on next Friday because we'll be live at the conference, but we will be doing some of the conference. You can sign up for the conference virtually. I believe it's $99. You'll be able to watch the entire show, and you also can come live. If you're a fan of this show, get a hold of Roland or Joe. Tell them I sent you, and we'll get you a ticket if you're going to be. And we're not giving you a free hotel room if you're not going to already be in Vegas. We're not. The people who sign up for the show and get a VIP, we're doing a lot. We're going to have a couple of VIP dinners and breakfasts. You're going to be a lot of people there. I got people from all over the country coming. I got a couple of people from England. It's going to be crazy. So, Christy, should I cover anything else before we hang up? Okay. Hey, it's a wrap. Everybody from England, I'll be back in the States, flying over the pond tomorrow. Take care, everybody. And I'm sorry for being a little grouchy, but I'm not happy either. Nobody wants to see the market down like this, especially not me. But Jason, I'll see you soon, buddy.
Yeah, hurry up, man.
Be well, everybody. Risk on. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you. All right.
I will give you the $150,000 you asked for 30%.
I could run my business off of my cell phone inside of a phone booth. I don't need a big office.
Show me the money!
It works. Sports delivers.
There are a bunch of different uses for NFTs.
I want to unleash what you know already and then give you the confidence to seize on it.
Any superhero you want to be, you can be in this house.
Money is for lending, not for spending.